What happens when the church's greatest enemy starts preaching Jesus? Today we're in Acts chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. Just days ago, Saul was traveling to Damascus to arrest Christians. Now everything has changed. Verse 20 says, "And immediately he proclaimed Jesus in the synagogues, saying, 'He is the Son of God.'" Immediately. Not months later, not years later, immediately. The man who was persecuting Christians is now preaching Christ, and people are shocked. Verse 21 says, "And all who heard him were amazed." Can you blame them? This is Saul, the same Saul who came to Damascus to arrest believers. The same Saul who was breathing threats and murder against the church. Yet here he is proclaiming Jesus. As Saul continues preaching, his understanding grows and his arguments become stronger. Verse 22 says, "But Saul increased all the more in strength. The more he learned, the more boldly he proclaimed Christ." Eventually, opposition begins to build. The Jews plot to kill him. The persecutor has become the persecuted. The very thing Saul once did to others is now being done to him. But the disciples help him escape by lowering him in a basket through an opening in the city wall. Then Saul returns to Jerusalem, and there's another problem. The believers are afraid of him. They don't believe he's really changed. Honestly, that's understandable. But Barnabas steps in. He brings Saul to the apostles and tells them what God has done. I love Barnabas. He sees what God is doing in Saul when others are still skeptical. Because of Barnabas, Saul is welcomed into fellowship. And verse 31 ends with these words: "So the church throughout all Judea and Galilee and Samaria had peace and was being built up." Here's the key. A changed life is one of the most powerful testimonies in the world. People may doubt your words, but it's hard to argue with a transformed life. And that's exactly what happened to Saul. And that's your reminder today. Never underestimate what God can do through a life surrendered to Him. The same God who changed Saul is still changing people today. Here's my question for you. Who has had the biggest impact on your faith journey, like Barnabas did for Saul? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.